Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Okay. And can you just tell me generally what it is?
This is just an email from Greg Gabriels, who, let's see, his role back at that time period, he was a broker account manager.
When you read this email, did it, with the expertise that we've been discussing, did it pop out to you that this could be a RS problem?
Actually, this one, no.
No?
No.
It didn't occur to you?
It occurred to think about, could it be, and actually when we received the samples and looked at them, we thought, no, it isn't.
You thought it was not?
We thought it was not.
Okay. From a visual inspection?
Correct.
Okay. But you went to have them tested in any event?
Absolutely.
Okay. And that test came back positive for RS?
Yes.
Okay. And at that point, you knew you had some sort of RS situation?
Yes.
Okay. This is an email from you to Rich Goldsmith and account managers, is that correct?
Correct.
It's dated February 18th, 2003?
Correct.
I want to point your attention to the first line after my comments, where you say, I personally have been having a hell of a good time since 13 January, since we first learned of this. Does that refresh your recollection as to when you got the results back with a positive RS result?
Yes.
Okay. This document refreshes your recollection that it would have been the 13th of January?
Yes.
Okay. Is this document a two-page document, a copy of notes that you, handwritten notes that you took?
Yes.
Okay, and you wrote them on February 12, 2003?
Yes.
And you see on the first page, the first line says, Lynn, final confirmation?
Yes.
Can you tell me what that means to you?
Yes. That means that on the first sample from Strassel's, that was determined to be positive for R3B2
R3, okay.
by the USDA testing lab in Beltsville, Maryland.
Okay. So on February 12, 2003, you knew for certain that at least one sample had tested positive for R3D2.
I knew it from Lynn, but not from the USDA.
Did you trust Lynn?
Check. Yes.
Did you have any reason to believe that it was not an accurate statement?
No.
Okay. So you believed, as of February 12, 2003, that there had been at least one sample that had tested positive for R3B2?
Yes.
Okay. You recognize this document?
No.
Do you know whether or not you received it?
I do not.
Okay. You don't remember?
I don't believe I did.
Okay. Okay. Do you see where it says that the USDA and APHIS are thinking about a very serious quarantine for all growers who may come in contact with this product from Kenya?
Yes.
Was that something you were aware of on February 13th, 2003?
Yes.
Okay. You understood at that time it was a serious problem?
Yes.
Okay.
Potentially.
You knew in February 2003 that positive testing for R3B2 was a serious problem?
That it was serious for our company. That it was serious. Yes.
In any event, you had never dealt with anything like the R3B2 incident that occurred in early 2003?
Never.
Okay, so Jay Smith informed you on February 18th, 2003 that Goldsmith plants may need to pay some claims.
Yeah, we knew that from the beginning, that there would be claims associated with the actual geraniums that were shipped.
Okay. Do you remember seeing this document in February 2003?
I believe so.
Okay. Mr. Clemens states that, quote, compliance with the emergency action notification would appear likely to cost my clients tens of thousands of dollars in lost product and similar costs for the remediation measures imposed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, unquote.
That's what it says, yeah.
Mr. Snow, do you remember this document?
I do remember the attachment.
Okay. Do you remember being asked by Mr. Goldsmith to comment on a draft of the attachment?
No.
Okay. This is a document dated March 5, 2003 from Rich Goldsmith to Don Snow, Amanda Vuxanjaj, Ann Robson, Jane Stoppel, Joel Goldsmith, and Jim Goldsmith. Do you believe you received this in the ordinary course of business?
Yes.
Then the second page is a draft of a broker claims outline?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember that there were 4 different possibilities for dealing with claims?
Yes.
Okay, and one of them is replacement plans?
Yes.
Okay. And Goldsmith considered that to be the best choice?
Yes.
Okay. But even that would cost Goldsmith money, right?
Yes.
And the next point would be a credit for the loss amount?
Yes.
The credit would be the same thing. If the growers request a larger amount, a 2-for-1 could be considered.
Yes.
And that would cost Goldsmith money.
Yes.
Okay. The third is repayment, right?
Yes.
And that's actual cash payments for cutting considered on a case-by-case basis, right?
Yes.
Remember that was an option?
Yes.
Okay. Goldsmith wants their brokers to file the claim, and it will be assessed. Is that the fourth point?
Yes.
Okay. And if that option was chosen, that would cost Goldsmith money too?
Not from what it says here. It may.
It may. What I was saying is that if this option was utilized,
Yes.
it would cost
It
money.
may.
Remember that document?
No, but I remember one similar to it.
Okay. And you sent that to Lynn Schmaling?
Yes.
And why did you send that document to Lynn Schmaling?
This was a preliminary guesstimate on potential complete losses for growers.
You understood that she was going to potentially present that to Congress?
Yes.
Okay. You don't believe that it's an accurate estimate of what the costs were?
It's an accurate estimate,
It's
yes.
an accurate estimate.
Yes.
But you believed it was an accurate estimate?
Yes.
You received that document in the ordinary course of business?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And do you recall that document?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And do you understand what Lynn Schmaling was using that document for?
Yes.
She was going to go to Congress? She was
Yes.
going to go to the Hill?
Yes.
And the last page is estimated costs?
Yes.
And that was based on the email that she gave you?
Yes.
That you gave her?
Yes.
Okay. That's what you believed was likely it was going to cost?
Not entirely. That may have been padded a little bit for political reasons.
Okay, so you put a padded document that you knew was going to the Hill.
Well,
Is that what you're testifying to?
Objection. Don't answer that question.
You put a padded document that you knew was going to the Hill.
Same instruction.
Did you pad that document a little bit for political reasons?
It's already testified to that. Ask an answer.
Repeat the question.
Same objection.
Did you pad that document a little bit for political reasons?
Same objection. Ask the answer.
not on purpose, but I didn't use the lowest numbers out there.
Did you pad it by 10%?
I didn't pad it per se. I should take that back if I can, but I don't know it's too late. But I used numbers that would be such that the funding, if we ever got it, would be less. We knew it would be less. We want to make the growers whole. So I would use high retail value. Let's put it that way.
You took the estimate that you thought was reasonable
Yes.
for Lynn and you knew that Lynn Schmaling was going to take that estimate and provide it to Congress.
Yes.
Okay. Because you thought it was reasonably accurate.
I thought it was reasonably accurate.
Thank you.
Well, it's 5 o'clock. Are we done now?
Okay, so did you send a letter to Barbara Boxer?
Yes.
Is it a document that you would have created in the ordinary course of business?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to talk about a couple of things in here. In the second paragraph, do you see where it says in the second sentence, quote, "We at Goldsmith Plants are in a situation where, because this pathogen was placed on the Agricultural Bioterrorism Act of 2002, we are facing tremendous financial losses to the point where it may threaten the viability of our company and of many of our customers, open paren, who are mainly small greenhouse growers that survive on limited incomes," unquote, period. Did you believe in March of 2003 that that was an accurate statement?
Yes.
Starting at the third sentence where it says our industry, quote, our industry has experienced this pathogen in the past and has dealt with it quickly and with only moderate financial losses, unquote. Do you remember saying that? Do you remember writing that?
Not really, no.
Okay. Do you believe it that that was a true statement in March of 2003?
Yes.
Okay.
March 17, 2003?
On March 17th, 2003.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. The next sentence is, quote, with so many growers involved, we will probably not be able to pay on all these claims and remain in business, unquote. Remember, you understand that to be true in 2003, March 17th?
That was conjecture on my part, to be honest.
But you believed it to be true.
Yes.
I just quoted the sentence that says, in this case, however, we have in many cases entire greenhouses quarantined during their peak selling season, unquote. See that?
Yes.
And you believe that to be true on March 17th, 2003?
Yes.
Okay. And when you say in this case, you're referring to the Ralstonia incident?
Yes, up 2003, yes.
Okay. The R3B2 incident?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And it goes on to say, quote, these customers are now at the point where their entire crops are becoming not saleable due to this quarantine, unquote. See that?
Yes.
And you understood that to be true on March 17th, 2003?
Yes.
The next sentence is, quote, with so many growers involved, we will probably not be able to pay on all these claims and remain in business, unquote. Remember, you understand that to be true in 2003, March 17th?
That was conjecture on my part, to be honest.
But you believed it to be true?
Yes.
Okay, the first page is SAF 00153. Did you create this document?
Yes.
Do you have reason to believe it wasn't created on March 31st, 2003?
No.
Okay.
No, it would have been created right around then.
Okay. And where did you get the information that's contained in this document?
This would have come primarily from Goldsmith and possibly with input, again, from some of the other companies, this cost that may be included.
Okay.
part.
Well, I'm speaking particularly about the estimated losses with the bullet numbers. Those are Goldsmith numbers that were provided to you, correct?
Objection form.
Those would be Goldsmith numbers,
Okay.
yes.
So Goldsmith provided to you that as of March 31st, 2003, they had approximately 22 claims. Is that correct?
Objection form.
Yes.
Okay. And they informed you that as of March 31st, 2003, each claim was averaging $57,900. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that as of March 31st, 2003, the total value of the claims was $1,273,800. Is that correct?
That would have been their estimate.
That's what Goldsmith's estimate was.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And they indicated that claims are just beginning to come in. Is that
That's
correct?
right.
And so did they indicate to you they anticipated additional claims?
Yes.
Okay. And Goldsmith stated to you that as of March 31st, 2003, potential claims were up to $5 million?
Objection form.
That was the estimate.
Okay, that was Goldsmith's estimate.
Right, right, right.
This is the first time that we ever dealt with anything anywhere close to this kind of magnitude.
This far exceeded any other customer claim you ever had. Is that true?
This far exceeded any problems we had ever had, yes.
You know,